Am I the asshole for making a little girl cry at the hospital? Oh, this should be good. I've been in the hospital the past few days with my grandmother. She's on life support and it isn't looking good. I've gotten probably 6 hours of sleep combined within the last 3 days, so I'm pretty cranky. I have a 4-month-old that I've been avoiding taking to the hospital because of germs, but I had to bring her for an hour while my mom came to get her. We stayed in the waiting room because I don't think babies can be in the ICU, plus I wouldn't want her there anyways. A little girl, maybe 2 or 3, was in the waiting room too. It was just my family and hers, and there was about 4 or 5 people in her group and 15 in mine. I know it's a lot, but we thought my grandmother was about to pass any moment at this time. Anyways, this little girl started taking my niece's dolls at first. Ooh, yeah, don't do that. And not giving them back. Then screaming her head off and trying to go into the ICU. Oh no. I'm sorry. If you bring children anywhere, you better like know how to calm them down. Like, and like, I'm not talking about OP, I'm talking about whoever brought this little girl needs to be able to not allow her to like mess with other people's experience in whatever area they're at, especially at a hospital. Are you serious? You're telling me you're gonna bring a child into a place where people are possibly grieving or preparing to grieve, and you're just letting them wreak havoc? No, that's weird. That's actually so insane of you to do, but okay. Her family would just tell her to come back to them, and she would for a moment and then go right back to it. She started crawling on top of my brother-in-law, and he was getting super annoyed. That's insane. That's crazy. Teach your child stranger danger. Are you crazy? Anyways. Then she noticed me holding my baby and came to look at her, which I didn't mind. My baby is 4 months now and loves grabbing at toys and chewing on everything. Now this little girl started pulling the toys out of my baby's hands repeatedly, and her mom from across the room just kept saying, "Lana, give it back." But she wasn't listening. Girl. The way I would have gotten up so fast and been like, give that back now. It's not yours. Like, just do not. What is wrong with you? Just because you don't want to deal with it does not mean it's like everybody else's problem. This went on for like 5 minutes until she grabbed my baby's hand again and very roughly tried pulling her fingers from off her toy. Jeez. This kid is insane. Babies always have a tight grip on everything, so she started pulling hard. I said loudly and pretty pissed off, "No, this isn't yours. Go back to your mom." She started crying a little and ran to her mom, who was obviously pissed off, and she said, "You have no right talking to my daughter that way." In what way? She just said, "It's not yours. Go back to your mom." I'm sorry, but I would say that to any kid. I say stuff like that to my nephews all the time. It's not a crime. I'm sorry. You just need to set boundaries with kids. Like, if you raise them to believe that they can do whatever they want and get away with it, as an adult, they will do whatever they want and think they can get away with it. And guess who does that? People who end up in jail, okay? Teach your kids boundaries. Teach your kids that rules do apply to them as well. People who think like this are the reason that there's so many adults today who are like actually crazy and just do whatever. Like, oh, I can't. This is insane. Anyways. And I replied, "If you would watch your kid, I wouldn't have to. Period. Ate her up. You ate her up." And that was that. My family is on my side because they were getting pretty annoyed too. She also threw one of those hard water balls at my elderly uncle, and it hit him in the chest. Are you serious? Are you so serious? Your daughter is over here literally waging war on a family, and you're like, and then one of the people says one thing like, "Hey, you need to go back to your mother," and then you throw a fit. Where was that fit when your daughter threw something at an elderly man? Where was that fit? What's wrong with you? This is crazy. I feel like I'm in the right, but I have the really bad guilt feeling in my chest for talking to somebody else's kid like that and making them cry. No. She's crying because she was told no, and you didn't say anything wrong. So, no, you're not the asshole, okay? Edit also forgot to mention that the mom was on her phone the entire time, and who I assume was her parents and husband was sitting there talking. Okay, I can accept some people calling me the asshole for talking that way to a little girl instead of her mom, but I won't accept my family being called the asshole for 15 of us being at the hospital. What? What? Okay, what? First of all, obviously the mom was not going to say anything, so I'm not going to say she was the asshole for that. No, the mom is not going to say anything other than, no, put that down, it's not your, like, bro, that is not parenting. That is you pretending you're parenting and saying you did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Okay. And then having 15 of you at the hospital is not a problem. If it was a problem, someone would have told them to leave. Someone who worked at the hospital would have been like, hey, can't be all of you. But guess what? Nobody did that. So, like, really? Do you own the hospital? Like, why are you... People are weird. People are so weird. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? If 15 people want to see their grandmother before she passes, I think that's okay. I think, like, what? You're upset with these people for going to the hospital? And what if someone didn't get to see this person before she passed? What then? Like, it's a once in a lifetime thing, okay? It's not 15 people at the hospital every single day. Chill out. Seriously. At this time, the doctor didn't believe she would make it, and we were getting prepared for her to pass. Before she went into surgery, before she was put on life support, I was the only one there because it wasn't that serious yet. She kept asking who was going to be at the hospital to see her after surgery, and had me call everyone in the family to have them there, as if she knew something was going to go wrong. I really think she just didn't want to be alone. So I'm definitely not going to apologize for having that many people in the waiting room. This waiting room was huge, and it was only my family and the little girl's family there. That's another thing. Chill out. Just chill out. People are weird. Like, latching onto the thing that is, like, so not the point. For everyone asking, my grandmother is miraculously getting better. She woke up some and started pulling at the ventilator and was even conscious earlier. The doctor still doesn't think she'll make it through, but he was wrong when he said she wouldn't make it through the night. I just hope he's wrong again. Okay, we're gonna read the first comment. This is crazy. Not the asshole. She was touching people without consent and taking things that were not hers. The mom was an asshole for not coming over, physically taking her child to the other side of the room. Yes. It is already a highly stressful time for everyone, and the kid was making it worse. The right thing would have been for the mom to leave and take her outside to expend energy, or find a babysitter at home. Literally, if you cannot control your children, do not take them anywhere. If you can't handle being a parent, I'm sorry, and, like, that is, like, the worst thing. I'm, like, I know, that's stressful in and of itself. But don't stress other people out because you have a problem. Like, don't make it everybody else's problem. It shouldn't be. Another original comment. Ah, what a wonderful tale of F around and find out. This warms my heart. Someone responding to that said, Opie held it together better than me. Kids are germy, and I would have had a holy cow if that kid had come over and started touching my kid. Yes, honestly, I wouldn't have let it get that far. Like, I would have, like, held the child away from her. Not gonna lie. I don't play like that. Not that OP is playing, but I'm just like, don't touch me. Don't touch, don't. That would have absolutely ended with me telling the mother that she is not doing the right thing and not looking after her child properly. Parents like this love to let their children do whatever and have a real problem with the kid being told stop or no. Yes, it's always that. Please stop having an issue with, if you're not going to discipline your kid, somebody else is going to do it. Whether it's in their childhood, when it's, like, the right time, or in their adulthood, when they get smacked upside the head for doing, like, a thing that really makes somebody upset. Like, dude, you're not protecting your kid from anything by not disciplining them. They will get it at some point in their life. It's just gentler if it comes from you, okay? But I mean, hey, if you wanna let it get so far to the point where they become an adult who has no discipline, somebody will discipline them for you. Another original comment. Completely not partial. I'm going to say the little girl is a bad child, but her mom and the entire family are enablers. Yeah, and like, I'm starting to dismantle my belief that bad kids exist, because like I've always thought that, like, since I was a kid, because that's what I was told by adults, that like those kids are just bad. But like working in the school system and just being around kids in general, like my nephews and everything, if you really do look at it, bad kids don't exist. It's usually the factors in their life, right, that influence them to be that way. You know what I mean? And either they feel left out, or they feel like abandoned, or like it's some sort of negative feeling that comes from who is around them, or like the lack thereof people being around them. That's what really influences them to act poorly or badly or whatever. So I don't think like bad kids really exist, but them parents though, those the family, yes, you can 100% say they're doing it all wrong. An original comment from OP. I forgot to mention that my sister had asked the mom once already to get her kid. Jeez. Someone responding to that said, "In no way are you the asshole. The mom is, not you. You can't let your kids harass people in a happy, normal setting, let alone an ICU waiting room. Literally. If my daughter was harassing people and not listening, I'd take her out of the room. Literally. She tried to pry a toy from your baby. What did the mom expect?" No, like, seriously, you don't see that as a problem? Like your kid trying to take things that are not hers, and then also from someone much younger than her who doesn't have the strength to fight back? You don't see anything wrong with that? Nothing? Okay. She wasn't doing anything to stop her or parent her. Don't feel guilty. The mom should be the one still thinking about how she let her daughter annoy a family. And the thing is, she is not. People like that do not think about the wrongdoings of their past. They just don't. You talk about overthinkers. These people are underthinkers. They don't think at all, okay? In an ICU waiting room, then yelled at a mother of an infant who her daughter tried to rip a toy from. But chances are she never thought of it again. Exactly. Yep. All right, I'm going to read one more comment and then just like end it. Not the asshole. Honestly, it would have been appropriate to go off. People are near death in the ICU, and that stupid woman is letting her kid just terrorize everyone. They should have been kicked out. They should have, actually. Yeah, no, definitely not asshole. I think you should have done a lot worse. I feel like you just saying, "It's not yours, go back to your mom," that is so tame. Me, personally, I would have been like, what is wrong with you? Leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that, I could have been the asshole for that. If it was me, I probably would have been ruled the asshole. But I don't think there was anything wrong with what you said, so I don't know. Let me know what you think about this, because I could be totally wrong on this. I could be way off base, but I doubt it. I really do. Anyways, thanks for watching. You'll catch me later. Bye.